Today's hosts in WA. Compulsory registration and no-go zones for short-stay rentals are recommended in a new report commissioned by the McGowan government.
Come on through.
Carmen Finn offers a room in her inner-city flat through Airbnb, and until now she's avoided the bureaucracy. A report to Parliament will change all that.
If it's going to come to the point where there's going to be lots of fees, I want it to be worth my while, but if it's not going to be worth my while, then I've got no choice but to stop.
The report recommends that properties are registered and a small fee charged, that the strata managers have bylaws making it clear if Airbnb or stays are permitted. Approved short stay zones will be created around the state, and hosts will need to have appropriate liability insurance. Airbnb director Brent Thomas says a number of recommendations are welcomed. Others,
any barrier at all to home sharing is going to be a cap on tourism, a cap on growth, a cap on jobs, and so we should be making it really easy for people to share their homes.
The report found that 70% of the 13,000 Airbnb properties in WA are unoccupied commercial enterprises and not home shares. The traditional operators of tourism accommodation want that curtailed.
We always hear Airbnb talk about home sharing, but the reality is there is a huge difference between someone opening their home and sharing their home and someone who is operating in a commercial sense, vacant possession.
Airbnb is also concerned the report recommends councils, not the state government, administer new rules. Gary Add said 9 News.
The state government is hoping to lure thousands more Chinese tourists to WA, announcing direct flights between Perth and Shanghai. The 5-week trial will also boost our rock lobster industry, creating a direct freight route for the delicacy.
In Chinese culture, this dance brings good luck. Luck the McGowan government hopes will attract thousands of big-spending Chinese travellers to WA.
They spend more than any other visitors to the state and contribute hugely to the economy.
From January 15, China Eastern Airways will launch a trial of direct flights between Perth and Shanghai, a city with a population of more than 25 million people. It'll operate 3 flights a week for 5 weeks.
This means that we'll secure thousands of extra tourists into Western Australia, and we'll work very hard to make this direct flight permanent.
The flight will take around 8.5 hours. It's expected to bring almost 3,500 tourists to WA during the trial. Also tagging along for the ride back to China, 15,000 kilograms of rock lobster.
97% of Western Australia's export rock lobster goes to China. About 40% of that goes to Shanghai, but it goes indirect.
And while the government is celebrating this coup, it's still working on getting direct flights to India. Elizabeth Creasy, 9 News.